Mhm.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. So Ruchi, uh, I would like to, start the session now. So you can introduce yourself and we'll go one by one. Okay.
Sure. So my name is Ruchi Rani, and I've been working in last 20 years in IT field. All of my experience in Java space. I have over the years I have worked as a Java developer, senior Java developer, tech lead, and most recently I was working as a principal software engineer at Yahoo. So Yahoo was the actually client, but my employer was Rackspace Technology, and my role at Yahoo was of like a senior Java consultant or Java engineer, and I was working in the core mail team. So Yahoo Mail, you must know about that. So I was the part of the core Yahoo Mail team. The project was of they were migrating their all the infrastructure code, test cases, pipelines, everything from on-prem to GCP. Over the years, I have worked in Java, core Java, J2E technologies, Spring Boot microservices, and on cloud side, I've used extensively GCP technologies.
Mhm.
Yeah, in short, that's all.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking at your resume and I see you did work with Bank of America too, right? As a voice president consultant level. Uh,
Yeah.
you were full time with them, right? Or it was a contracting position?
Yeah, so I joined Bank of America for the first time as a contractor, and then I got converted to full time.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So who did you report to?
Dinesh Masan. My manager was Dinesh Masan, and later on it was Ken. But if you find Dinesh knows me very well.
What is his full name? Dinesh
Dinesh Masan.
Masad. Okay. Very nice. So I will walk you through this project. This is basically to shadow the hiring manager. Okay, so he is looking for someone who is into tech lead capacity and some design and architecture experience you should have. So you will be basically shadowing him in terms of his responsibilities, and he is looking for a tech lead and basically tech lead come architect kind of person. Okay, so that is where he wants to start with, and this is more likely contract to hire position. And what did you say your work authorization?
I have GCAD.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I, without taking much of your time, I would like to start with the question and answer session. Basically, so how do you design middleware integration 20 downstream systems? What are the approach that you will adopt? You got my question?
No. So you said middleware,
Integrating 20 downstream systems.
20 downstream systems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So actually, it will depend. I would like more details, but for starters, Kafka, we can use Kafka for integrating different downstream systems. So we can have like I don't know like what downstream systems, but imagine that those systems we can convert to write them as a services, microservices, and then we can integrate them using Kafka so that they can interact with each other asynchronously.
Okay. Okay. And how would you define the architecture? Can you walk me through the architecture too?
So it will be a microservice based architecture. And
Uh-huh.
I'm saying microservices because microservices are loosely coupled. And when you say downstream systems, it sounds like they are like on their own independent systems. So microservice fit very well in that kind of architecture. And to further go into that, we can integrate them Kafka, and then if you want to like scale your system and it is like high performing system, then you can go for containerization using Docker, and then deploy them using on Kubernetes. So we can explore that opportunity. And if you go even deeper into it, and depending upon the requirement, we can utilize like if it is like very fast performing system, we can use some kind of caching,
Mm-hmm.
both in memory or and database as well. And what else? I mean, I would need more details to go deeper into the design, but microservices based architecture would fit into this kind of distributed system.
Okay, okay. I can okay. In what situation would you choose Java versus Python, and when would Python be a better choice?
So Python is a scripting language basically, and Java is a object-oriented language. So when you have a heavy business logic-based application, I'll go for Java.
Okay,
Otherwise, Python is a scripting language, so it's easy. You can write application and make a production code ready quickly with Python.
okay, okay. Awesome. An application currently process 10,000 transactions per day. Okay, but is expected to process 10 million. What architectural changes you would make in your application?
So that sounds like that the application should be scalable. So
Mm-hmm.
from we
Correct.
want to go from 10K to 10 million, right? So now you can introduce scalability on different levels. So first is virtual scalability, where you have limited hardware, but you increase the RAM on the same system, or you try to improve or make it fast on the single host itself, so by increasing the RAM or CPU, etc. But second one is the horizontal scaling, where you add more host horizontally. So you divide your load on different hosts. So like 10K requests were getting dealt by one host. Now we are scaling, so you add more host.
Mm-hmm.
So you deploy your application on different hosts, which will cater to your request. So that is horizontal scaling. And again, microservices architecture fit into this very well,
Okay,
where
okay,
you use Kubernetes to scale up and down.
okay. Imagine you inherit, a team of strong engineers, and but there are conflicts or maybe conflicting opinions about architecture. Okay, so how would you drive this and move forward along with team members who are having different opinion in terms of architecture? So how would you handle this?
So, yeah, it's a common problem. But the thing is that we have a one goal, like we have one problem, what we are trying to solve. So it is like difference of opinion is fine, but we should always go for what is best solution. And
Mhm.
I would stick to the thing that is like, I will not go under pressure. Like if even if like majority is going against my opinion, or uh, uh, a minority is going for the best practices or something. So it is something like we are trying to solve a goal, and whatever is good for the
Health
um,
of the project. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
understood, understood. What is most important projects you have led, and how did you design it?
So, so I have been part of a lot of important projects. So, starting from at Bank of America, I was part of a application which was archiving application. And at that time, when I joined, they were using a legacy code, which was, I think, written in Play framework. And the project was to convert that into microservice based cloud native architecture. I think at that time, because it's been some time, I think about 8 9 years. So at that time, it was like microservice kind of cloud native architecture was very kind of upcoming thing, and I was part of it, and we designed that from scratch, and I think it is working quite well. So that was one. After that. At Home Depot also, I was part of one a project where they were removing the mainframes and moving to the SAP. And at that also, it was already microservice based architecture, but in there we were moving towards the event driven architecture using Kafka and Google PubSub. So that was second. And then of course at Yahoo Mail, it was such a large project where they were migrating from on-prem cloud to a public cloud, GCP. So I would say those three are very recent, and in my career they were very important projects.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. What will be your thoughts and approaches on a simple versus complex, designs?
Simple versus complex design. So I didn't quite get the question.
Like, there could be an application where team is talking about a complex approach. There could be a situation where team is talking about a simpler approach. So how would you leverage thoughts and your approaches? Probably, I think you must be feeling this question must be similar to what you already answered, so we can skip this one. Uh,
Yeah.
what is the most important architectural design you have made in the last 3 years? And if you had to do it again, would you how would you do the changes, or what will be your approach?
Yeah, so I will talk about my project at Bank of America where we changed the legacy system into cloud native microservices architecture. So we were successfully able to convert that, and we broke down the monolithic application into small Spring Boot based microservices, and then um, we wrote the services and all. That part was good, but one major issue with microservice based architecture is of like monitoring, and if there is any issue like debugging and logging. I think we were missing that there. So whenever there was any issue, it was really hard to find out like where the problem is actually occurring. So for that, there are multiple solutions available in market. Like in Yahoo, more recently we were using Splunk for centralized logging and monitoring, and it becomes very it is very convenient and becomes very easy to find out like where the problem is occurring. So I think we were missing that at Bank of America. I don't know, they have maybe later on added that after I left, but not sure. But at that time we didn't had any logging or monitoring at that um, component in that application at that time.
So my question is, what is the most important architecture design you have used in your last 3 years?
Architecture design is I'm talking about cloud native microservice
Okay, okay,
architecture,
okay.
distributed systems. Yeah, this is the most popular, and since Bank of America, Home Depot, now at Yahoo, all of them are using the same similar architecture. Yahoo is not using microservices, but they are like their code is written in core Java, but they're not using Spring Boot or anything. But still, it is a very large distributed system.
Okay, okay. So, uh, have you ever faced any severe production incident that you may have led end to end, and what was your approach, and what architectural changes you have done?
So yeah, production issues are I would not say common, but they occur at every place. No environment is bug free or issue
Of
free,
course, yeah,
right? Yeah.
correct, correct.
So yeah, more recently at Yahoo, I remember one of the issue where so I said that we were moving from on-prem to GCP, right? So there was one requirement. It is not production issue, but it's a issue. It's we just found during our other work. So that work was to match the latency between the on-prem and GCP. By matching on latency, I mean that let's say sending an email was taking 500 millisecond on-prem, we had to match that number on GCP. So I was doing that analysis for latency. But I found that even on the on-prem, we were not fulfilling that EL of 500 millisecond for major requests. So then we started digging into it, and then we found out that and then it became a big issue because we were not serving the ELA basically. So all the management and everyone got involved into that because uh, it was like our contract and we were not fully filling it. So then we started digging into it. We set up the war room, and all the architects and principal engineers, they came into the war room, and then it was like it went up for a few days, but eventually we found out the defect that what was happening is that synchronous calls were made in asynchronous pool. So while we were, so it should be like asynchronous communication, right? You call it, fire and forget, and then it should be like that. But what was happening was application was getting hung and waiting on the other system response. So it was taking a lot of time, and it was we did like JFR, Java Flight Recorder, and analyze that heap dump, and and then we found out that what was causing the issue, and then we had to make the immediate fix because we were not following the contract of ELA. So fix was to make that search command asynchronous. So immediately we made the fix, and pull requests were made, and everybody reviewed it. All the architects and principal engineers, they provided their review comments, and then we deployed at Yahoo. There is because it's a very large, very huge distributed system, so there they have multiple stages of deployments, and first of all it has to pass through all the test cases and everything. So it took some time, but we were able to do that in few days.
Okay, okay, understood. What is your on-site availability? Because this manager will do just one down and done. So, what will be your availabilities for maybe next week, Thursday, Friday? I wouldn't. I'm not sure he will take, but Monday onwards, when do you think they will do just one down and done?
Okay, I am pretty available actually. So whenever he has time, I'm good. Just give me 2 days notice,
Okay,
and I get out here.
okay, awesome. I think we are good. Probably let me stop the recording.